Hello, and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be taking our little test cave from the previous video, and we are going to attach it to the overworld so we can actually go in-game and explore the inside of the cave in-game. So the first thing we need to do is go ahead, open our files. I want Skyrim and the update, and then we also have our test cave plugin that we made the last time. We click on that. And then we need to set this as our active file. And whenever we save it, it's going to save as the little test cave ESP. Hit OK, and let Skyrim load. Okay, the same error message has popped up. Just hit yes to all and continue loading. Okay, Skyrim's loaded now. According to my little screen recorder, it took about just under 4 minutes. So that's going to be your average wait time. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we need to find our test cave. So we're going to cell view, we're in the interiors, and I can just click on here and I can start typing out, whoops. Click here, start typing test cave. T-E-N, yep, there it is. Double click that. Warning, the cave pillar missing an environment mask map. I'll not worry about that. Okay, apparently everything is missing an environment mask map. We'll not worry about that right now. Wait for the sweet effects. I'm going to scroll out so I can see what I'm dealing with here. And you'll notice a difference from last time. I created this hallway here in my spare time to make up the actual entrance to the cave. So now, when the player comes in here, there's more of an entrance that you start running up to in this cave to get back and forth between Skyrim. So just a little cleanup here. These assets, if you're looking for them in the editor, this is the cave IF hall entrance, and then I believe this is just like a large cave hall, something. You can just experiment around in the editor and play around with different pieces. I'll be doing that in between episodes, just kind of sprucing the place up, kind of adding in different assets. Because once we go in-game, we should discover that the cave actually looks pretty bland and boring. So I'll need to do a lot of stuff to kind of make it look better. But anyways, we need to connect this to the world. And there's two things I want to do here first. First, I want to make a COC marker. So I can actually just hit all and then COC marker, type that out. When you're typing here, you want to make sure you type quickly. If you don't type quickly enough, like you hit C and then you're looking for the O key, the editor will just go ahead and start looking for every single thing in the game that has the letter C in it. And that can take a minute or so. So you want to make sure that you type quickly to get this all out, but we go ahead and get our marker heading here. So this COC marker, how do they work? Basically, whenever you teleport to a cell, this COC marker tells the game where to put the player. So we're going to put it kind of in the hallway a little bit. And what I'm looking for is, see these red lines on the bottom? That's kind of the feet of the player. I want to set that just a little bit above. So that way the player does not accidentally fall through the floor when he loads in. Now, as far as the COC command goes, basically you type, in the console you type COC space, and then the name of the cell that you want to teleport to. In this case, the cell is going to be test cave, the name of the place that we have here. And let me go ahead and actually show you something really quick. Go ahead and type test cave. I'm going to right click, I'm going to go to edit. I'm going to go to interior data. Yeah, and this name here. So this was another thing I changed. Unfortunately, I changed it off the recording. But this used to be like a marker room or something like that. It was the name of the cell that we originally duplicated when we first made this cave in the first episode. It still had that name. What would happen is if we go in-game and we walk up to the cave, and it gives you little things like to such and such cave, it's actually going to have the name of the previous cell if we don't change it. So I went ahead and changed that to test caves. Now when we go in-game and we walk up to the cave door, it's going to say to test cave. We'll go ahead, hit apply, hit OK. So we type COC test cave, and it's going to teleport us to the COC marker that is inside the cell. We don't have to worry about naming this marker or anything. The command is tied to the cell itself, not the COC marker. The other thing we need is something called an auto-load door. So when you use doors to teleport the player around, it's a little bit easier when you actually have an actual door. But we don't have an actual door. We have a cave entrance. This is one of those things in Skyrim where as you approach the cave, you have a little tooltip pop up with the name, and then if you keep walking into it, you'll be automatically loaded. In the editor, that's called an auto-load door. So, whoops, okay. I want to make sure I type this out correctly before auto-load. Yeah, auto-load door 1, and we're just going to drag this in. So we have an auto-load door, but now we need a place to connect it to. I'm going to double-click on this. That's going to bring up our little reference window where we can access the information. The first tab we have here is teleport. I'm going to go ahead, click on teleport. So this thing is now active. When the player approaches it, he'll get his little name, and then when he enters, I believe what he has to do is he has to enter the red part and then exit it again on like the opposite side for the teleport to actually work. Or something like that. Or he has to get like really close to the center. It's going to teleport to whatever our linked door is. And right now that is please select reference and render window. What we need to do now is I'm going to move this off to the side somewhere. And we're going to come back to that in just a second. We need to go outside now. Let's go ahead and save. Oh, yeah. Okay, you must close all dialog boxes before saving. Okay. We'll go ahead, close that out. Don't worry about it. We'll save. We'll double click and open that back up, move it to the side. Okay. So now we need to go outside, and I'm just going to hit Tamriel, and it's going to load all the cells for Tamriel. We are going to put this... We're going to put this relatively close to Bleak Falls Barrow. Not too close, but kind of around the same area, like maybe on the other side of the mountain. So let me start typing Bleak Falls. No, let's try Bleak. No, okay. Yeah, there's a Bleak Falls Barrow exterior. Double click on that and we'll load it. Hit yes to all. Yeah, you'll have lots and lots of errors coming up when you're loading cells. Just don't worry about them. You're fine. Yeah, yes to all. Like the environment mapping for the cell that we're working on right now, we'll take care of that later. Like you will have serious errors pop up, but we'll take care of them. So one cool thing we can do while we're outside is we can actually use the game lighting. I don't have that set right now. So I have this light everything here. I'm going to turn that off. Now it's dark. And the other button here is toggle skylight. So I'm going to turn that on, and boom. So now the skylight is specifically set to 10 a.m. Your time of day is right up here. And we can actually move this around to warp the time of day that we're viewing things in. I'm going to set it to noon, or relatively close to noon. Setting it closer to a winter hold might actually be a better bet, because there's probably plenty of open space with, you know, lots of ice and stuff around. So, we can, yeah, let's go ahead and search for Winterhold. So now I need to actually create my cave. The asset that I'm looking for is something called like a cave entrance, something like that. Cave entrance. Yeah, okay. So we have a few different cave entrances here. You see how there's like stuff in here? This cave is like, it's not casting shadow properly. So if we go in game, I'm viewing the editor as it should appear in game right now. So if we go in game, we're going to have like this patch of snow that's not being shadowed or anything. I'm actually going to duplicate this cave. And then we're going to set this further back and kind of change the angle a little bit. So now we got this these rocks here that do have the shadow on them, so it'll look a little bit better in game. I can fine-tune this sort of stuff later. I can do a lot of polish and stuff, but right now we need to go ahead and add the teleport that we needed. Let's go ahead and get the teleport door. So we need auto load door. There it is. All right, cool. We have our auto load door. Let's bring it up a little bit. Set it closer inside the cave. Yeah, so the player kind of has to actually walk into the cave in order to get to the auto load. And now, remember that reference window I had open this entire time? Let's go ahead and activate that. So I got teleport, select reference, activate teleport. We're going to select our reference. We're going to click on that, and then we're going to carefully double click on our auto load door. And you notice in here it says Wilderness 26 by 21 auto load door, and hit OK. Okay, so we should be linked now. What I can do to test this is I can double click on this, and I can view linked door, and it should teleport us to our interior cell. Yeah. And you notice the background here is blue instead of gray. That's because I still have the sky lighting on, and the lighting I have for this cave is like an ice lighting that we set at the beginning of this video, I believe. So yeah, and we can click on this and we can teleport back to where we just were, outside. Something horrible just happened. Oh, we are really zoomed out. We are really... Okay, let's not do that. Hang on, I know what I can do. I can hit save. It wants me to close dialog box. Okay, here we go. View teleport marker. Okay. There. Boom. Alright. View teleport marker instead of view... There we go. That's what I wanted. So I just hit the wrong button. Alrighty. So... couple things here. First of all, this thing doesn't actually appear on the map as anything. We need a map marker. So we're going to type map mark. There we go. There's a map marker. Bring this over here. Cool. Before I move it, let's go ahead and add some information. So click on marker data. Name. We're just going to type test cave. This is the name of the marker that will appear on the map. And we're going to change this to a cave. That is the icon that it's going to have. We're going to leave this here for now. Okay, just hit OK. and I'm gonna move the marker closer to the door. You notice that the marker disappears right here. That's because it's like fighting with the auto load door sphere. I just need to zoom in past the sphere to be able to see what I'm doing. There we go. Okay, that should work. Another issue that can happen is what direction the player is actually facing when he teleports, because that is a bit of information we need. So I'm going to go back. We're going to... Nope. I need to select the auto load. Is this it? Let me click auto load, please. Okay. So we'll just click on our auto load door. View teleport door. Hello? Let me teleport, please. Okay, we'll hit save. Okay, thank you. View teleport door. Okay. Wow. Oh god, I am... Editor's fighting me now. So I have bad things happening. Okay, this is our auto load door. But I don't know what direction it's facing because the editor decided to fight me and stuff. But we'll try teleporting from here. So view teleport marker. There we go. Okay, apparently when the player loads, he's going to be facing into the cave, which I don't want. This marker I'm playing around with is where the player is going to teleport to when he goes in and out of these places. Alright, and he should be... I want him facing outside when he teleports. Alright, cool. View... Yeah, this teleport marker, instead of double-clicking on the auto-load door from now on, I can actually just click on the teleport marker, and I can view the reference door inside the cell test cave. I want to say yes. Where am I? Why can I not see anything? God damn, that is annoying. That is really, really fucking annoying. Oh boy. Okay, editor. Why does the editor have to pull this bullshit on me right now? Alright. Okay, so the editor is... Unfortunately, the editor is pulling a bunch of bullshit on me. I can't select this thing, so I can't see like where it's going. Unfortunately, sometimes it's just problems like that will occur. There's not really a whole lot I can do about it. But I can go inside here. I can try... Yes, there we go. Thank God. Okay. I had to go inside both spheres to find the teleport marker. There's two teleport markers for some reason. I hope the game doesn't crash. I don't know what the deal is. Why there's two teleport markers. I'm going to set this relatively close to where the COC marker is. And I want the player looking inside the room when he teleports in. So I just need to orient it this a little bit. Just make sure it's facing inside. Alright. Alright, cool. So that was unnecessarily difficult, but we got it. Everything should now be working. I am extremely curious what this second teleport marker is. I guess we'll find out if we screwed up when we go inside the game. So we're going to go ahead and save. Yeah, we want to close the dialog boxes now. And we're going to go inside the game and test everything. Alright, so we're now inside the game. The first thing I need to do is pull up my map and see if anything is visible. It should be right around here, and I don't see anything. Okay. So now we're gonna go to Winterhold.
I can take you to. Where do you want to go?
Alright, Winterhold discovered. That's good. This is a relatively new character that I'm using for the playtest stuff. To get to the cave, I believe I should head in this direction. And eventually, once I get close enough, it should just... I should have a little cave icon pop up on my map. Or my my compass, rather. Okay, there's a cave on my compass. So let's head in that direction. The map marker that we placed in should function just like every other map marker. This looks like our cave. Approach. And test cave discovered. Hooray. So that's working. The inside doesn't look that great, but that's okay. We can change it later. Now there's Shrine of Azura. There's the... Okay, let's try going inside. Okay, 2 test cave. Alright, so that's working. And boom. Alright, and we are now inside our little test cave. And the player was facing the correct direction when he came in. We'll notice it just looks kind of boring. That's alright. We've only just started. We're going to spruce this place up a little bit. We're going to make it pretty and all that. You know, I'm going to add some snow drifts in here. So that way the transition from snow to a kind of a cave floor isn't as sudden. You know, the ceiling's boring. We can change that up with like stalactites, stalagmites, whichever. Yeah, there's lots of stuff that we can do to change things up. But for now, the cave is working. The game did not crash. That is the #1 thing. Before we go back outside. No, that's it. That's all we can do. Okay. So let's go ahead and go back outside. To Skyrim. Alright, and he is facing outside. Cool. So everything seems to be in order. Let's pull up our map. Test cave is now appearing on our map. Okay, cool. So everything is working out just fine. So a couple quick polish things I might want to do. I might want to set this teleport a little bit closer to the door. Where is the to Skyrim? Yeah, okay. So apparently I'm inside the green sphere right now. So the to Skyrim didn't first appear. You have to actually exit the green sphere before that text will initially appear. But yeah, one thing I'm noticing is that this is actually smaller than I expected. That's okay. That's why we're going in game to look at it. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to expand this cave a little bit more. And I'm going to have it come right here, and there will be like there will be a little T intersection right here. Like right ahead, there will be a campfire. So the player loads in. The first thing he sees is this room, but right down the way in front of his vision, he'll see a campfire. So that'll be something that'd be like, aha, there's something to go to. So he runs down here. And there's like a blind turn on the left, and there will be the saber cat, and the saber cat will just aggro on and jump you. But to the right, we'll have the Dwemer Ruin entrance. So this room, more or less, will just be kind of filler. We also notice there's there's that little we can see through to the sky a little bit, or the skybox rather. Actually, that's the infinite void right there in the editor. And we can also see a little bit right here. These are things that you just want to come into the map and look at it, because you might have used pieces that don't exactly match up together. How you fix this is basically you just get little doodads and things like snow or rocks or these pillars, and you just plug up the holes. Literally, that's all you do. But yeah, let's go back in the editor and make maybe a couple changes. Alright, so we are back into the editor. The first change I'm going to make is I want to set this further back. So that way the player has to like walk more to get into the teleport. So we're going to set this right about here maybe. There we go. That'll be fine. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and use the teleport marker this time. And we'll go to the wilderness. And I'm going to set this one further in. So that way the player has to like walk into the cave a little bit more to actually teleport into the dungeon. Or the cave, rather. Alright. Hit save. Cool, everything's saved. We're all good. This time, we're going to use the COC command to get to our cave. And again, the COC commands are linked to the name of the cell that you want to go into. In this case, it was just test cave. I believe they're not case sensitive, so we're going to type COC and then just test cave and see what happens. Boom, we are inside our test cave. Okay, so that worked. Let's head back out. And we moved the marker, so we should have to head like further up here to get to it. There we go. Test cave discovered. Okay, shut the fuck up. There we go. Alright, and let's see how far I have to walk in to actually trigger this one. Almost all the way in there, yeah. Okay, so I'm relatively happy with how those teleports are working. And, yay, congratulations. We now have a working cave that does not crash the game when you enter it. That's always a good thing. Once again, in between videos, I'm going to be sprucing up the place a little bit, so there'll always be some minor changes. For the most part, I'm going to expand this cave, go ahead and make a little campfire area. Nothing new really happening with that, it's just using different assets in the editor. So basically stuff you've already seen. But I will see you next time, and in the next video, we're going to be adding in like the saber cat. We're going to be doing a little bit of nav meshing, that's always fun. And we're going to add the entrance to the Dwemer Ruin. And hopefully I'll actually have a name for this place. So we'll have to go back through everything, rename all the stuff, and then play test to make sure that all the names are working correctly. So I will see you next week.